Asking prices in Britain's richest borough just crashed by £100,000 in 1 month. Good morning. It's Monday, 17th of August 2026. I'm Neil, and here's your morning brief. First, here at home. 5 teenagers died in the early hours after their stolen BMW drove the wrong way down the M9 and crashed head-on into a family car. 3 women and a 7-year-old boy travelling to Dublin airport were seriously injured. A file nearly 600 pages long has been sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions regarding Cork North Central TD Thomas Gould and councillor Kenneth Collins. The investigation centres on alleged fraud of €200,000. Schools operating at full capacity are blocking children from accessing the school transport scheme. Families are left without state support to get children to education. Across the Irish Sea, asking prices in London's richest borough have fallen by £100,000 in a single month. Landlord investors are facing fierce competition as the UK property market cools. Irish pension funds and property investors hold substantial UK portfolios, and this sharp drop directly affects their returns. Angela Rayner is launching Default Yes guidance for housing developments near transport hubs across England. The planning liberalisation could enable thousands more homes, including on greenbelt sites. And further afield, the EU's foreign policy chief has announced plans for the bloc's most comprehensive sanctions package against Russia. Implementation is expected in the coming months. Stalled US-Iran negotiations have pushed oil prices higher. Shipping through the Strait of Hormuz has slowed following recent tanker attacks. For Ireland, this matters because rising oil prices directly increase fuel and heating costs for households. The Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo has become the deadliest in the country's history. The Bundibugyo species is spreading faster than any previous outbreak on record. Sanctions, oil, and a tragedy at home. That's this morning. That's the morning brief. I'm Neil. Back tomorrow. Take it steady. Romania has shut its only nuclear power plant, which supplies 20% of the country's electricity, because extreme heat has lowered the Danube River to unsafe levels for cooling the reactor. The shutdown is not expected to end within 10 days. This signals broader EU-wide energy vulnerabilities during climate extremes that could disrupt supply chains and raise power prices across Europe, including here. US investigators have found that a broken fan blade from the engine caused the window damage on a Ryanair flight from Greece to Germany last month, the incident in which a passenger's head was partially sucked out. It raises serious safety concerns about aircraft maintenance protocols. Energy costs, trade friction, and aircraft safety. That's this morning. That's the morning brief. I'm Neil. Back tomorrow. Take it steady. For Ireland, this matters because disruptions to Middle Eastern oil exports drive up global energy prices, increasing costs for Irish consumers, businesses, and the transport sector that relies on fuel imports. Every time a critical choke point closes, Irish families feel it at the pump and in their heating bills. Ukraine has attacked Russian grain export terminals in the Black Sea, further disrupting global grain supplies already strained by the ongoing conflict. Both Russian and Ukrainian grain exports are falling as port and shipping facilities come under fire. The world's bread baskets are being squeezed. The knock-on effect for Irish households is real. The country relies heavily on grain imports for its agriculture and food production sectors, and supply disruptions and price spikes directly affect what Irish families pay for food and what Irish farmers can compete with internationally. The European Central Bank is moving toward approving Italy's Unicredit's acquisition of Germany's Commerzbank, a major consolidation in the Eurozone's banking sector and a significant shift in how European finance is being restructured. It signals a changing landscape for financial power and regulation across the EU. For Ireland, this matters because as an EU member with significant banking sector exposure, changes to Eurozone banking structures affect Irish financial stability, deposit protection, and the availability of credit for Irish businesses and consumers. US inflation data for July shows modest increases, but broader economic concerns remain unresolved. The world's largest economy continues to show mixed signals on its growth trajectory, leaving uncertainty about what comes next. Closer to home, this matters because the US is a major trading partner and home to many Irish multinational employers. Weakness in the American economy could reduce demand for Irish exports and impact job security in key sectors like pharmaceuticals and technology. A lot moving this morning. Geopolitical tensions abroad, disruptions to energy and food supply chains, and at home, fundamental questions about Ireland's role in a changing world, alongside serious gaps in mental health and healthcare provision. And that's the morning brief for today. Whatever the day brings, take it steady. I'm Neil. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Until then, look after yourself. And there's more positive news on the shipping front. Major carriers Maersk and Hapag-Lloyd are resuming more sailings through the Suez Canal, indicating that security risks in that critical waterway have reduced. This is good news for global trade flows, as it means lower shipping costs and faster delivery times for goods moving between Asia and Europe. Why does this matter on this side of the Irish Sea? Because lower shipping costs mean Irish imports from Asia arrive faster and cheaper, benefiting consumers and businesses across the economy, while also making Irish exports more competitive on distant markets. A lot moving this morning. Tensions abroad on energy and supply chains, a state working group at home tackling insurance and flood risk, and farmers waiting to hear how EU budget talks will shape their future. And that's the morning brief for today. Whatever the day brings, take it steady. I'm Neil. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Until then, look after yourself.